Hello y'all, this is the Dreams of Poland mod for Hearts of Iron 4. It focuses on Poland, which begins with a historical start, but can go into a ton of alternative history options. The developer gave me early access to it, but between the time it took to record and upload this video, it's already out to the public, so go try it out when you get the chance. On the country selection screen, we can look over some of the national spirits the Polish Republic has, like fractured nation government, conflicts with minorities, and recovering from the Great Depression. We do have to get rid of those, but fortunately we do start with Polish militarism, Polish general staff, but unfortunately we get insufficient military industry. The Polish army is massive with 58 divisions in 1936. The navy is quite small, and moving over to the Air Force, we have 3 air wings there. One thing I find interesting, besides starting with the standard infantry divisions, we also have available to us at the beginning border guard brigades, which are 8 width of infantry. Looking through the commanders of the Polish Republic, we have a ton of generals and 5 field marshals, and looking through the naval commanders next, we begin with 3 admirals, which will be more than enough. The Polish focus tree is very large, but we are going to start with state of the Polish government. The country begins with an intelligence agency already established, so that will be very handy to have around in the future. Joseph Piłsudski, who took power in the 20s, established a nation government, but ever since his death, it's begun to fracture with different factions appearing. Friendship with Romania will be reaffirmed and will continue agrarianism policies, but after that we'll put an end to this nation. There is tons of variety for the political advisors for Poland in this mod, and for the research and production there is some there as well, and for the military staff there is quite a lot there too. The coup is being prepared. This is quite fitting since this nation government was put in power by a coup to begin with. The military overthrows the government and will go with the first choice, the monarchist. The other 3 below it are a work in progress. The Kingdom of Poland, part of the tree, is now available to us. Then we gotta go down and coronate the monarch, then pick from constitutional or absolute monarchy. Until we get our king or queen, a steadfast monarchist will be leading the country in their stead. The question of succession, we gotta pick either to have it be elective or hereditary. Let's go with the first option, which is elective monarchy. Another event, we gotta choose either be constitutional or an absolute monarchy. Let's go with constitutional monarchy. The candidates are available, so let's pick our new country leader, and that will be Jadwiga Piłsudska. Dominions break with the crown, but that doesn't really affect us. More importantly, Jadwiga II leads Poland. Who is she? Well, Jadwiga I was a queen in the Middle Ages, but this Jadwiga is a daughter of Joseph Piłsudski, who learned to fly at the age of 17 and during World War II would serve in the RAF Air Transport Auxiliary in our timeline. We'll establish our place in the world and begin our branch in the monarchist part of the tree, beginning with a Polish queen. One of our agents was captured by the Germans. We'll rescue them later, but more importantly, we're going to make the faction the European Bulwark. Decisions have been unlocked to invite other members to our faction. Let's start with France and Turkey. Turkey and France accept the invite. This is just the beginning though. After making our faction, we're going to annex Lithuania, then attack Latvia. Update on the European Bulwark membership, Estonia and Czechoslovakia have joined. The Kingdom of Poland's alliance with Czechoslovakia has caught the attention of the German Reich, but if they attack, they will be biting off a little bit more than they can chew. We're invading Lithuania, and France wants to join in on the fight. We will have to say no to them. Polonization policies give us cores on some states and changes their name for the price of stability. We're going with the Western aggression focus in our tree to get access to another one, which will hand us a war goal on the German Reich. All the nations we invited join, and this is very scary for the Axis and concerning for everyone else. Yugoslavia claims Bulgaria, and we're going to prepare for our eventual war with the Germans. We're taking the Colonial Empire focus, which will unlock another part of the tree. We're declaring war on the Reich in 1937. They don't seem to be too prepared for this action. Just to get as much of an advantage as possible, the Kingdom of Poland has called in all of its allies in the Bulwark. The fighting is hard in the east, while in the west, France is distracting the Germans, I guess. Thank you for the divisions, Romania. We shall throw them at the enemy with the rest of our troops. Polish imperialism has unlocked some new focuses that will allow the kingdom to get some colonies. Our nation now controls Palestine and Trinidad. With the purchase of Palestine and Trinidad completed, we will move to enterprises in Peru. Israel is made into a protectorate of Poland, and while this is taking place at the same time, Berlin falls to the advancing Poles. To aid our industry, the COP plan will be approved. Since that is done, we'll go ahead and pick Eastern Warsaw and Western expansion just below the COP plan. Italy chooses the worst time to join the war as the German Reich in the north is collapsing above them. Germany capitulates, so we'll send some divisions to help out France and send some troops down to Africa as well. Romania wants to restore the alliance. They're already in our faction, so yeah, let's go ahead and guarantee them anyway. Yugoslavia is seeking to join our faction. We'll accept, and that will end up with them attacking Italy from the east. Military focus time, we have choice for every doctrine here. Let's go with the one for Grand Battle Plan, which will end with us getting a national spirit called Immovable Object. Some of the Polish soldiers were transferred to the Yugoslavian front, and Italy is starting to crumble away. The Italians seem to be winning in North Africa, but that doesn't matter though, because Rome is about to fall, and Sicily will soon join it. The conflict is over. We took our claimed states from Germany, and we'll Polonize them to get cores, and we also acquired some new subjects. Our aggression in the west paid off greatly. Now to go to the east and fight our greatest foe, the Soviet Union. We're about to declare war on the Soviet Union. They'll get the event Great Patriotic War, and we're calling in all of our allies for the backup. Everything's looking green on our front for the most part, but things are looking worse down toward Romania's way. After having lost to them and becoming a puppet, Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. On top of this, Zog submits to Italy, and that will be the end of Albania. United States seems to be forming the Commonwealth of Nations, and Great Britain forms the Confederate European Nations. The European bulwark forces attacking from Estonia are making good progress. That's good. Our fellow faction members are pulling Soviet divisions away from the front lines with their naval invasions. We're going to start making moves in Peru, which upon taking all these decisions, it will make Peru into a protectorate. Well, you can't say they aren't enthusiastic about laying claim to everything around them. South Africa is fighting Great Britain. They can join our faction, but we're going to have to decline because we're too busy with our own issues. Japan declares war on France, presumably for their territory in Asia, and that drags us into another war. We're holding elections. Let's just have the KMP hold on to their majority. Netherlands wants to join the European bulwark. Let's accept because we need more help dealing with the Soviet Union. Tenotuba is annexed. King China joins Confederate European nations because they declared war on Japan. For some reason, we're fighting Great Britain and their faction, so that's just terrific. With this turn of events, South Africa might as well be invited to the faction. The Protectorate of Peru is established, but even with that done, there are still plenty of other focuses to take involving purchases and influencing other nations. Coup in Romania, Michael I is now leading it, but at least they're still on our side. That's one big India, and over in Africa, our allies are fighting against the British. The center is pretty static. There's some encirclements here and there, but Leningrad in the north has fallen, and moving down toward Romania, it's gone somewhat of a stalemate itself. And over in Turkey, the Soviet Union is advancing into them. With the control of some states in the Soviet Union, we can rename ourselves to the Commonwealth of Poland. After being bitterly contested over this entire war, Sevastopol falls to the Germans. The country is officially renamed No More Kingdom of Poland for us. Pretty cool. There's some focuses we can choose to improve the capabilities of the intelligence agency of our nation. We beat the Soviet Union, we'll take some claimed states and carve up the rest. As a result of the treaty, there's a lot of puppeted nations in what was the Soviet Union. That's a little bit poor timing, if I do say so myself, an anti-Soviet pact after they've already been defeated. A lot of Polish soldiers are sent to fight King China in Asia. Japan is attacking both our faction and King China itself. Over the course of this playthrough, Poland has amassed a great deal of subjects from protectorates to other nations that were puppeted after our victories. Imperialist civil war in Canada, and Imperialist Canada will join Great Britain. Polish paratroopers were able to land in England. Now we just have to reinforce them with a larger army. That grand battle is over with. Wales will become a supervised state of Poland, and so will Scotland. Japan is truly our last foe left standing. They have a foothold in Indochina, China, and Korea. That's no longer the case because Tokyo falls to the Americans. With all that concluded, in 1946, the European bulwark has become one of the most powerful factions in the world, with members in Africa, Asia, and Europe. The video is going to stop here. Make sure to check out the Dreams of Poland mod in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications. Have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later.